Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, special guests, and the graduating class of 2022. Good morning or good afternoon to you all as you join us virtually today from different parts of the world. My name is Dr. Stephanie Lee de Rapper. I am an academic pharmacist, head of the Division of Pharmacy Practice at the University of Witwatersrand in the Department of Pharmacy and Pharmacology. It is my honor and privilege to address you all today on this very special occasion, the graduation of the dossier assessment for clinical assessors within African regulatory agencies course for 2022. The purpose of the dossier assessment for clinical assessors within African regulatory agencies course has been to equip clinical assessors within African regulatory agencies with a comprehensive understanding of the approval process for medicines. The overall aim has been to provide participants with the knowledge and skills necessary to navigate the intricate landscape of regulatory review for preclinical, clinical, and quality data based on good practice standards. We understand that the approval for purposes of registration hinges on three essential criteria: quality, safety, and efficacy. To meet these requirements, it is imperative to generate adequate clinical safety and efficacy data, conduct robust clinical trial designs, and prioritize patient protection and data integrity. Moreover, it's vital to have a profound understanding of the medicinal drug discovery, research, and development cycle. Throughout this course, participants have delved into the critical aspects of clinical data generation during drug development and its submission as part of the regulatory dossiers obtained from clinical trials or by other means. This course has provided participants with practical insights and tools to address the challenges associated with the clinical regulatory review of submitted dossiers, particularly focusing on clinical sections. Furthermore, this course has explored the regulatory environment and the regulations applicable, emphasizing the profound impact of good regulatory and review practices on public health. This structured education and training program has been specifically designed for professionals working within government health product regulatory agencies in Africa. By participating in this program, students have embraced an invaluable opportunity to integrate work and education, enabling them to gain an in-depth knowledge of the subject matter. Moreover, this course has facilitated the development of an international contact network amongst participants, fostering ongoing collaborations for continuous learning and development of African agencies. As we gather here today to celebrate our students' achievements, it's important to recognize the profound impact that they will have in their roles as clinical assessors within African regulatory agencies. The knowledge and skills our students have acquired throughout this course will undoubtedly enhance their ability to ensure the safety, efficacy, and quality of medicines in their respective countries. Graduating class, you are the driving force behind the development of robust regulatory systems that safeguard public health and promote the well-being of your communities. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you for your successful completion of this course. Your dedication, commitment, and perseverance have brought you to this significant milestone. I have no doubt that you will continue to make meaningful contributions to the field of regulatory affairs and play an instrumental role in shaping the future of healthcare in Africa. Congratulations. It is now my honor to guide you through the exciting agenda that awaits us as part of your graduation ceremony. To commence our event, we have the privilege of hearing from our esteemed keynote speakers, shed some light on the significance of this endeavor. We will first hear from Dr. Trevor Mundell, the President of Global Health for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, followed by our second keynote speaker, Dr. Margaret Ndomondo Sekonda, the Head of Health Programs at the African Union Development Agency. Following this, we will hear from Dr. Boitumelo Semete, our esteemed regulatory agency stakeholder and CEO for the South African Health Products Regulatory. Following this will be Professor Colin Pillay, a faculty member and organizer of this event, who will then take the stage for our faculty address. Following our speeches, it'll be time for the most important segment of our agenda, the graduate roll call. We will have the honor to celebrate each of our graduates individually and recognize their individual achievements. And because we believe in the importance of student involvement, we have allocated a portion of our agenda for students to express their hopes for the future of this program. Dr. Shamli Manbud will share a message articulating the challenges that exist and propose potential solutions. It's through the voices and the perspectives of our students that we as a university, as well as the faculty, that we can strive for continuous improvement of these programs, as well as for development of our agencies. And then as we approach the conclusion of our event, I'll jump on again for a few minutes just to give a closing remark and allow for a virtual cap toss ceremony. So if we're all ready, and without further ado, I warmly welcome Dr. Trevor Mundell.
I wanted to thank Dr. Sumeti Fitz University for inviting me to this convening today. And thank you also to Marguerite. My congratulations to the Clinical Assessors for passing the second cohort of the short course in pharmaceutical skills development. I've always been a very strong advocate for strengthening regulatory systems. I think it's fundamental for the development of economies around healthcare, pharmaceuticals. There can be really no vaccine drug manufacturing in a region, in a country, without a strong regulatory system. Or at least there can't be an industry that we can really have confidence in. And we've seen some of the tragic consequences of not paying attention to the quality of drugs, unfortunately, again, recently. I think that there's an opportunity now within the African region with the evolution of the African Medicines Agency, which we've been a strong supporter of, to really build the kind of regulatory system that we need. But as we've seen with other regions, a regulatory authority is a regional regulatory authority, in fact, is really built on the strength of the individual countries that participate. And to that extent, getting a significant group of countries to the ML3 status that WHO accords, as SAHPRA is now, is critically important. And I do think that SAHPRA itself can be a real pillar in building up the AMA and the regional capacity. So courses like this that bring people along and introduce them to the intricacies, and I think the fascinating aspects and technical aspects and social aspects of pharmaceutical development is absolutely critical. So I would encourage you to continue along this path, and we are going to be very supportive of this kind of capacity building as we move forward. Thank you.
Good morning and good day. Greetings to all of you. I want to thank you all for inviting me to take part in this important graduation for our clinical assessors in Africa. I bring greetings from the African Union Development Agency leadership. And I would like to really thank you for having me in this event. As you may be aware, following the COVID-19 pandemic that hit the globe in 2020, the African continent has moved into a trajectory of self-reliance in local production of medical products, including vaccines and therapeutics. The African Union Heads of States and Government adopted the Partnership for African Vaccine Manufacturing Framework in 2021 to promote local production of vaccines in order to attain 6% of the continent's need by 2040. Among others, research and development and regulatory system strengthening became very pivotal in ensuring that we have a robust vaccine manufacturing ecosystem across the continent. Out of the 13 countries that had committed to produce vaccines, 5 of them are represented in this cohort that is graduating today. It includes Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, and Tanzania, with the exception of Zimbabwe, that is not part of the vaccine manufacturing program. And so it is an indisputable fact that local production of vaccines requires strong, functional, national regulatory authorities with qualified and experienced regulatory professionals to effectively carry out duties and to keep up with the scientific and technological developments. As the continent is moving to operationalize the African Medicines Agency, it is very important that we have the requisite expertise that is needed to provide technical guidance to the agency, building on the existing African Medicines Regulatory Harmonization Initiative. The African Medicines Agency is expected to enhance the capacity of states, parties, and regional economic communities to regulate medical products and improve access to safe, efficacious, and quality medical products. While we have 23 African Union member states that have ratified the treaty and state parties to AHMA, we still have the remaining countries that we need to advocate for so that they can also ratify the AHMA treaty and become state parties to the AHMA. And therefore, this 8-week modular training course for clinical assessors has come at the right time when there is increase in demand for vaccines and other medical products on the continent, coupled with the new biotechnological products, but also the need for better learning methodology to impart the needed knowledge and skill for the regulators. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Wits University for accrediting this cohort of assessors and all the faculties that have made it possible for this course to be successful. I also want to congratulate the 24 assessors that are graduating today, and we know that this cohort will serve as a useful resource for the continent. And to the graduates, I would like to really commend you for taking up your time and effort to complete this course, and I want to assure you that your effort, the investment that you put into this, will not go to waste. The expertise that you're bringing in the assessment of medical products will go a long way in supporting the continental effort towards harmonization of requirements for registration of medical products, including vaccines, but also joint assessment that we are planning to start before the end of this year. I would like to encourage you to take part in this continental process as we are about to publish the expression of interest for the experts to take part in the review of medical products through the continental procedure. But also, there is another window of opportunity that I want to implore you to pursue. Under the MRH initiative, we are looking into developing an entity that will be responsible for providing oversight in advancing the African regulatory science professionals through a well-structured career development path, but also including the accreditation and certification scheme. As experts in the regulatory science field, I would like to encourage you to pursue your career while ensuring you make contribution not only to the national programs, but also take part in the regional and continental development agenda, and of course, the global initiatives as well, through your practical application of the knowledge and skills that you have acquired, coupled with the experience that you are bringing over the time that you have been working as regulators. While the MRH initiative and eventually the African Medicines Agency, when it becomes operational, they will provide an opportunity for career progression. At the end of the day, the future lies in your hands, and the sky is only your limit. Once again, I want to congratulate all of you as graduates for clinical assessors for this big achievement, and I want to commend everybody that has taken part in this process for the good work that we are going to see that contributing to the Continental Development Agenda. I want to thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
I would like to congratulate the 2023 cohort of our clinical assessors that are graduating today. It really is an honor to see us implement the second phase of this training. It demonstrates that there is a need for this type of training, not only for South Africa, but also our partner NRAs that have taken part in this graduation, and also in taking part in the assessment and the training itself. This aligns with our intent as SAHPRA to ensure that we invest in building capability, not only for South Africa, but also across the continent. There is a strong need for regulators to deepen their capabilities, to deepen their skill sets, and ensure that we have the required capacity and capability to support the health sector. We see technologies being more complex. We see diseases themselves being more complex, and thus it requires that the regulator has the requisite skills to analyze these very complex technologies that are being brought to us for authorization. I'm particularly thrilled to see an interest and an uptake by our own assessors within the regulators that are represented here today, an uptake for this type of training. There is a clear need for this capability that has been built. I look forward to future programs that we will be implementing in addition to the clinical assessor training. We're looking to implement the inspectorate training, quality training, etc. And so for us, SAHPRA, as well as our academic partners, the faculty, both locally and internationally, that has contributed and taken part in this, I thank you all for your time. I thank you all for your effort. But also I thank you all for sharing in this vision of ensuring that regulators have the required capability. Thank you.
Graduating class of 2022, guests and friends. Wow, right now is an exciting time to be a regulator in Africa. Why? Well, all of the colleagues before me have given a multitude of reasons. Let me add one more. We are seeing more and more that it is not just generics that African regulators encounter. Medical product developers are lodging a wide variety of dossiers for innovative medicines, vaccines, small molecules, biologics and biosimilars here in Africa within similar timeframes as in the global north. Thus, programs like this to strengthen the skill sets of African regulators is timely. Some of you might have heard about how we presented this program to focus on the interaction between the regulators and the regulated by structuring the course into 3 parts of construction, deconstruction, and reconstruction. That worked well, so we kept that. But with this second iteration of the program, we also made some changes. One change in particular was that we strive to increase discussion versus getting our participants to listen to one-way lectures from the faculty. All of the faculty strive to extract practical examples and perspectives from the participants. In other words, how did the course materials apply within the agencies represented by this class of Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe? How do some of the global north so-called best practices apply locally in Africa? Now, this idea to have more discussion started slow, but got better as we went along. This sharing of knowledge was important for the teachers and the students. For the teachers, all international and regional faculty, they could learn from their students bi-directional learning, and these students were all practitioners of regulatory science and with perspectives that have often not been previously tapped. For the students, in addition to learning from the faculty, they started to identify specific individuals and sources of local and regional expertise. Both of the above will help with regional reliance efforts and harmonization, and will help to tweak the messages that our faculty provide in future iterations of this course. On this note, I want to acknowledge the large number of subject matter experts who very readily agreed to share their vast knowledge and experience. This enriched the course and created lasting networks among the faculty and the students. Many of them are in the call right now or will watch this recording offline. A big, big thank you. The partnership with Wits University has brought an important academic validation to this vocational course. But of course, we'd like to go further. A few weeks ago, Tumi and I co-hosted a brainstorm session with a small group of local and international academics on what a research agenda for Africa might look like. Of course, the group put some hot topics like artificial intelligence, real-world data, and model-informed drug development, a personal favorite. They put these topics on the table, but there was also strong pragmatic calls for topics like, could we simply document metrics on the work of the regulators in Africa? Could we explore how to effectively implement reliance using prevailing experience on the ground? Can someone compare African requirements for clinical pharmacology data as it relates to genetic polymorphisms? But here using data that's in the dossiers presented to the African agencies. What was clear was that all of the participants were excited about the call that was put out for African regulatory policy to be informed from a research and evidence base. This is in fact a good segue for a clear message to this graduating class. Come back, do research, and document an evidence base for African regulatory science. Finally, let me warmly send out congratulations, wishes of good luck, and thank yous for the important work that all of you do to ensure safe, effective, and quality medicines for our people. Thank you.
Alexander Montero Duritze, Ali Abdullahi Arale, Asia Karula Maluleke, Benson Mute Kanji, Usisewe Brenda Musane, Divanisha Doraswamy, Ebenezer Minla, Elsie Baudu, Ernest Aguirre Kwame, Esmeralda Georgina Patricia Yassen, Freedom Steny Marakira, James Njuguna Katofo, Jennifer Isalifi Kwandura, Maropeng Innocentia Rapetsua, Michael Ayiro Malungu, Nora Ubudai, Patrick Robert Nzovela, Pearl Insu Mensah, Privashni Mudli, Raisibi Sherit Mulawa, Samuel Kaba Karama, Shimli Munbut, Sipukazi Sibisi, Unati Mkhwaki,
Good day, everyone. I'm here to speak about my experience on the Clinical Assessors course, this time as a student. So I was invited to attend the Clinical Assessors course, and when I had first gone through the syllabus, I was a bit overwhelmed. But then the first lesson started and my interest gained momentum. So they conveniently divided the course into 3 phases. The first phase is on construction, and this deals with the information gathered by sponsors and pharmaceutical companies with the end objective to compile a marketing authorization dossier. And the traditional drug development process that we know, I was actually made aware of AI and machine learning and the significance of those in the drug development process. The next phase in the syllabus actually deals with deconstruction, and this actually handles the dossier once it reaches the regulator. It deals with the review of the information that supports a certain indication, and it actually then allows the regulator to make certain recommendations that support or are against a marketing authorization. The third phase is a reconstruction phase, and this basically goes hand in hand with the regulator and the pharmaceutical company or sponsor to actually then draft the information that is related to the product, to the indication that has just been approved, and what is then communicated out to the patient or the public in terms of the information on that product. It can also be related to professional information that actually then targets professionals. It was a very intense course, I must say. So if I have a few tips for you, they will be that to each week's assignment as and when they come through, please, even if you're a bit delayed, try and catch up on the previous week's assignment. The next tip I have is, please form your WhatsApp group with your study group as soon as possible. Start to get into a working mode with each other, work out some of the assignments together, and know what your end assignment is. Ask questions and break it up into convenient parts that all members will be able to contribute to. It'll make it a really good experience. Thank you, and I wish I could tell you more about this course, but it is up to you. Just join the course and you will see for yourself.
So we have now come to the end of an incredible journey, as well as the conclusion of this graduation ceremony. But before we sign off, let us extend our heartfelt congratulations to each and every graduate. Your hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment have brought you to this momentous milestone. And today, we celebrate not only your individual successes, but also the collective impact you will have on the field of regulatory affairs. As we stand here today, we recognize that our work does not end with this graduation. Instead, it marks the beginning of a new chapter, one where we can collaborate and join forces to strengthen the regulatory field. The challenges and opportunities that lie ahead of us are immense. But together, we possess the knowledge, skills, and determination to overcome them. Collaboration is the key to success in any endeavor, and regulatory sciences is of no exception. By working together, we can share insights, best practices, and innovations that will drive progress in our respective fields. Let us foster a spirit of collaboration, breaking down our individual silos and building bridges across organization trees. Together, we can make a lasting impact on global health and ensure the safety and efficacy of medicines for all. So now, as we approach the closing moments of this graduation ceremony, it is customary to partake in a symbolic gesture, the cap toss. The cap toss traditionally signifies the transition from student to professional, from the culmination of education to commencement of practice. But today, let our cap toss represent the unity of purpose and the shared commitment to advancing the regulatory sciences. So graduating class of 2022, may I invite you to stand tall, holding on to your virtual graduation caps. Release them into the air with exuberance and joy, and let this cap toss serve as a reminder of the incredible journey you have undertaken and the bright futures that lie ahead for each of you. Congratulations, class of 2023. So in conclusion of today's events, I just want to express my utmost gratitude to each and every one of you who joined us here today for your presence online. And to our graduating class, congratulations once again for your outstanding achievements. You should be so proud of yourselves as we are of you. To the faculty, the support staff, and our external stakeholders, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your dedication and for your unwavering commitment to this program and to the development of our agencies in Africa. As we leave this graduation ceremony, let us continue to carry that spirit of collaboration and that desire for excellence in our hearts, because together we can continue to strive for a strengthened regulatory field and make a lasting difference in the lives of the people around the world. And as we close off today, may I ask that you all try and switch on your cameras and your microphones and congratulate one another before signing off. I wish you all a very, very wonderful day, and thank you for joining us today. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations also from my side.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
And thank you to Stephanie and Colin for spearheading this program.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Prof.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.